So I'm learning that I'm wrong. I was wrong. Not about losing my job, but about figuring out a solution to make things okay. I was under the mistaken belief that I had enough money to cover the house and to pay down my debt and get us into a situation where we might be okay. My wife and I might be okay with making less money, but that is not the case. So, with that said, I'm now trying to figure out alternatives as to what we can do. Her job is a ball busting factory job. I mean, it's just 48 hours a week, you know. She feels like she has no time to do anything, and I understand because she doesn't. She's working 40 hours a week, you know. It's breaking her eventually. I mean, she's getting broken down. She can't take it much, you know, take it anymore. She says that there's a lot of things that she needs to do that she just doesn't have the time to fit into her schedule anymore because of her job, and the toll is being taken. I am trying to find another job where I can make similar money to what I'm making, and I'm coming up short. I've applied. I've sent my resume out to several different places. I got an email a day ago from a place up near Chicago that is considering me, but I don't know. They're forwarding my resume on to the people who considering for the position. They'll give me an interview if they're considering me, but considering the fact I live so far away from there, I don't think I'll get a call for an interview. Oddly enough, a job was posted for a videographer for the state on the 13th. I applied for it yesterday. And I thought, well, there you go. I mean, I'm certainly qualified for that job, overly qualified for that job. If I'm not capable of landing a job, a videographer job, with my resume and my background, then it's over, you know? So, as it stands, I'm going to be falling short of my goal to keep the house by about $20,000. Even if we do pay the house off, it doesn't help really in our situation due to the fact that I still have so much outstanding debt. I don't know how I make it work in the end. With the house paid off, it frees up a considerable amount of money from our monthly debt. I mean, I'm estimating it's going to free up about $1,300 a month. So that and our Wrangler payment, which is like $700 and some a month. But we're also going to sell our camper. I'm going to try to sell some stuff that I think will give us a little bit of extra money. Whenever I leave the company, I'm getting paid out for the entire year of my PTO. And I'm estimating that's going to be around $5,000. So that'll help to a certain degree. You know, because our bank accounts will be dry at that point. Whatever money I get as far as like, I guess I'm holding out hope that in June or July, when I'll be let go, that they'll offer me a severance. And that will help too. Although I only anticipate it being a 1 month pay kind of deal. It could go anyway. It could go any direction. I feel like they're just going to screw me. But I get paid out for what I'm owed. Ultimately, these are the decisions I have to come to and I have to work out in order to make this happen. I got to do it all alone too. I got to make this work all by myself because I can't turn to anyone. My job is, there's no point in talking to anyone at my job anymore about any of this because all I'm doing is creating a problem for myself. I just have to accept the fact that life goes on and we're going to have to make it work. Last month, everything started to turn, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know, man. Apple doesn't fall far from the fucking tree, let me tell you. I would sit there and talk about how smart I was and how I made so many better decisions with my life, and my planning was so much better, and I just, I was just smarter than everybody else. I'd worked it all out. I won. I got out of the trailer, the trailer park, and I got out of the ghetto, or however you want to refer to it. I got out of poverty. The rest of my family is like, it was, I didn't have any way to pull myself up. I didn't have any family members who actually gave a shit about me, who ever got out and could provide any assistance or whatever. Like, my immediate family was dirt poor. And I was so proud of myself. If there's one thing I could ever say about myself, is I was proud of the fact that I was able to elevate myself above that and get out and get a stable job and keep an income, and a decent income, and and live a life that a lot of my family, or at least my immediate family, just never got to experience. But it goes to show that it's all just an illusion, You don't get to, you think you've gotten out, but you haven't. And I'm going right back in, going right back to the ghetto. And it's fucking hard to stomach. That's kind of all I have to say. I mean, that's all I really got to go on now. I realize now that unless I get another job, or I just can't take the stress anymore and leave this job, I've got until July. And I'm just going to have to sit in it and stew and take it and wait for the inevitable end. So there will be more to come. I mean, that timeline could change at any point in time. It really could. I mean, I know they said that they're going to do it, keep us on until July, but they could just up and change it. There's no guarantee. So who knows? But more on this saga of my life later.